Hey guys, it's David, and welcome to another episode of Right Politics. Today I wanted to talk about something that's very dear to my heart, which is what I believe has single-handedly caused my generation to not only be in the last recession, but to really kind of stop our growth as far as an economical opportunity in this country. And that is the Affordable Care Act. And if I ever did anything political, at any given time, as far as government, I would totally abolish the Affordable Care Act. If you don't know, it's the act that allows businesses to operate, but forces employers to pay benefits to people who are over 40 hours a week or full time. So I'm sure when Obama actually made this law, he believed that employers would just put everyone on full time. And in his mind, it would be extending benefits to people who needed them. But instead, because Americans are the way they are, they, reversed it and instead cut everybody to part-time. And that makes a very big difference, not only for millennials, but there's people that I know at Walmart who are working for $10 an hour and they're in their 70s. It's basically cut all across the board. I do know people who work at Regions who make $15 an hour, but their hours are still cut to 20. So what happens is we created a culture where you need two incomes to survive because a single income on minimum wage or even above minimum wage with less than 40 hours is what it takes to actually make it in this day and age. The answer is not raising the minimum wage, but the answer is giving people the same wage but increasing their hours, because 40 is the magic number of basically making all your dreams come true when it comes to a normal work structure environment. If you take someone at a living wage and cut their hours, they cannot live anymore. And I think that the outcry from the left is actually just raise the minimum wage to make the living better for the individual. But I've been to New York, and I do know this for a fact. When you raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, everything else goes up. So if you increase the wages by double, rent's going to go up, food's going to go up, and the cost of living is going to be exactly evened out to what it was before you raised the wage. Now, I could say we're on the right track as a country, but if you graduate high school, you get a job at a 7-Eleven and you work there for 5 years and you're just stuck in a rut. You're really not going to go anywhere as far as your savings. They don't offer retirement. And I say that because a lot of people, especially here in Florida, do that. They don't go to college and then they stay in the same job for 10 or 20 years, only getting a 2% raise. And, I used to tell people at Walmart, when they give you a 2% raise, they're really not giving you a raise. They're just matching inflation. So all this time you think you're getting extra money, it's just so they look good and they're not underpaying their employees. But the reality is, if they give you $10 an hour and actually work you 40 hours, that's still going to be a substantial living. It's probably going to be about $1,200 a month, which is good when you're starting out. And that's why back in the 80s, someone could leave high school, get a job as a plumber, and make enough money to support their house, a family of 2 or 3 kids and a wife, all off one salary without a diploma. But what happens is, we learned this especially during the Obama era, if everyone has a diploma, then nobody has a diploma. I know friends who were working really hard to get their degree, and then when they graduated, no one was hiring because of the recession, and they ended up working at the YMCA and Disney, and basically entry-level jobs, even though they had a degree. Only if the economy changes to where they reward people with degrees, then we can start talking about that. But I'm talking about the average person who wants to make a living, but even though they're doing everything right, the wages are not living wages, and then they have to basically live with 5 people or live with their parents. And I really believe that my generation was robbed from the pride and dignity of having a living wage while they have a job because their hours were cut short because of the Affordable Care Act that Obama signed, which prevented them from making a living wage their entire young adult life. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on another episode of Right Politics.